The stroke protocol, they had a statement which said regional procedures will take precedence. They removed that, or they didn't remove it, they moved it to keep key indicators, and they stressed that the Cincinnati Pre-Hospital Stroke Scale is to be used and other regionally approved stroke scales and scores. That's to give regions the opportunity to determine the destination based upon whether they use FAST-ED or something else. So, and that was really it. So the state BLS protocols are to be used by every agency in the state. We talked about sundown date of implementation of August 1st. University of Rochester and Albany Med have developed training modules for the new protocols. And there are areas within the new BLS protocols that can be regional specific, and it has an asterisk, and the asterisk is if trained and educated, if trained and equipped, sorry. So that you'll look through that and you'll see that as you review that, and it's a pretty good product. The other thing was the collaborative protocols that were mentioned earlier. They changed the organophosphate exposure to allow for 2 doses of midazolam, and they talked about using capnography in termination of resuscitation in unusual situations where you might have to terminate in the field. So that will also be in there.
Is that termination resuscitation criteria, or is it more?
Not criteria, but it's just like consider capnography in unusual
Guidelines?
situations. Yeah. Tourniquets and hemostatic dressings. In the protocols, it said that you can remove a tourniquet if in the light of day it was not placed for life-threatening bleeding, that a CFR or a basic can remove the tourniquet or loosen it or release it, as long as they have the ability to control bleeding if it starts again. What else? Oh, they're adding Tylenol weight-based dose and ibuprofen weight-based dose for fever protocol and for pain.
Those are the collaborative, just in the collaborative.
That's the collaborative.
Which we don't follow.
Yeah, we don't follow that. The other thing that was came forward is that the state is looking at key performance indicators on a statewide basis. So agencies will be receiving a survey with about 30 key performance indicators and quality measures that are all derived from different sources. To pick 5 to 7 of these so that we can look at them on a statewide basis. The one caveat that will be used in picking these is they have to be able to, the data has to be obtainable from an electronic PCR. Don't want anybody doing any paper reviews. So agencies should look for those in their email. If you don't get it, let us know and we'll make sure that it gets sent out. And those are the major things.
Any questions or discussion?
I just have a
Dr. Kopp.
question about the BLS protocols you mentioned. So the state's always had this BLS minimum, which we've maintained, but are these somehow different? Are we gonna have to change to these protocols?
Yes, these are the new statewide BLS minimum standards.
Minimum standards?
Minimum,
So
yeah.
our protocols aren't changing because of that?
As long as they meet the
Okay.
new statewide BLS, yeah.
Changes didn't look very dramatic.
No, no. The formatting is different. The formatting is more along the lines of what the collaborative looks like, if you've seen that.
Any other questions?
Was there more information about the statewide measures about, is it something that we as a region want to collaborate on, or is it something that it's an agency-specific request?
Well, the thought is that the department will collate all these responses from all the agencies around the state and take the top 5 to 7, and that people check off, and then use those as the ones. But certainly we can as a region look at them and send up our preferences as a region as opposed to individual agencies, if you like.
All right, thank you. Any unfinished business? Dr. Benelli?
I just forgot to mention in the medical standards committee report that a T&E tag was created, shared by the chairman of the T&E committee to review the standards for and criteria for CME accreditation.
Thank you. Okay. Any other, I'm sorry?
One other thing that's
One other
important
piece of
is that the new minimum age for an EMT in New York State is 17.
Okay,
As
So,
opposed to,
as opposed to 18.
As opposed to 18.
Yeah.
shoot.
You can get them when they're younger and train them up.
Okay. So we're still under unfinished business. Any other unfinished business? All right, the only other unfinished business that I have is immediately after this meeting, those of you who are on the bylaws tag, we want to set a date for the next meeting. So please don't leave. We want to try to get that date set. That's you.
I feel like you're pointing at me.
I am pointing at you. So let's set a date. New business. Any new business?
I'll just make an announcement.
Sure.
Mount Sinai and the New York Mobile Integrated Healthcare Association are holding a Mobile Integrated Healthcare Conference on March 29th. It'll be an all-day event, and we welcome everyone and anyone and everyone to either participate or to attend, and certainly to spread the word.
Thank you.
You know, my-
Kevin, send out.
Hold on. Yes.
No, I just like to, you know, at the fire department hosting a 7th annual medical special operations conference in May. Maria, I'll send you the information. So we got a fairly good lineup this year, so those are attending. Hopefully you'll have a good experience.
Okay.
Even
Great.
Joe Shaker said he'd be attending.
I will be in. Finally, I'm sorry, Brad.
I just had another announcement that we're going to host an online medical control physician course on Monday, February 25th at 4 p.m. So if you have doctors who need to take it, I guess let Marie know, or myself, or David. At Fort Todd.
The final thing under new business that I'd like to bring up is the National Association of EMS Physicians has granted us permission to form a New York State chapter of NAEMSP. NAEMSP, for those of you who don't know, is an advocacy group for EMS physicians and EMS professionals focused primarily on quality assurance and training and education and really improving the quality of the care we give. You know, the other major EM group is ACEP, which is really more focused on advocacy and other things. It'll be a very exciting and interesting group to kind of get together and really discuss quality metrics and discuss, you know, mobile integrated health and other training and education components. One of the things that we'd like to do is increase professional, meaning EMT and paramedic involvement. So there obviously you have to be a member of the committee of the National Association, but the inaugural meeting of the New York chapter looks like it will be May 6th in Albany, which is the day before CMAC. So if you come that afternoon, spend the afternoon with us, and then the next morning is CMAC. You can see how CMAC goes if you want to spend the night, or you'll be able to get back to New York. But I think it'll be very interesting for our state and for our region to really help grow EMS quality and education. Any information, please let me know, and I will be more than happy to help with that. Any more new business? Any more? Yes, Paul.
So unfortunately couldn't be here tonight, but I just wanted to introduce our region. Northwell has a new medical director overseeing all of our oversight and a bit of reorganization in our agency. Dr. John Berkowitz, he's been with us since the fall, and now officially come January 1, has assumed all medical direction for Northwell. I myself will be handling Queens, and Dr. Berkowitz will be handling Lenox Hill. So if you have any questions relating to those agencies or those regions, please, I'll give you his email later if you want. But he had a meeting tonight. He couldn't come tonight. I want to introduce him to everybody.
Thank you. All right, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
One, seconded. Thank you all very much. Appreciate it.